Welcome back. Mark Thompson along with head coach Larry Courville of the Reading Royals here discussing another preseason signing for Reading, and it's the defenseman Brad Walch, young kid out of Saginaw, Michigan. Coach, what do you know about Brad Walch?
Well, Brad was a very good player in the OHL, and talking to the coaching staff, they highly recommend him. They feel he can play in the American League. He moves the puck well. For them, he played their power play, killed penalties, and was great defensively. If you look at his numbers in junior, especially his senior year, I think he was like a plus 20, one of the best players on his team, and he came highly recommended, so he's a great addition to our club.
He must have been good for the Saginaw Spirit of the Ontario Hockey League. They kept him there for his entire 4 years. As a matter of fact, I think he's played more games with Saginaw than any player in that team's history. He was a local kid as well. Kind of an indication of what you'd expect character-wise from Brad Walch.
Yeah, definitely, and that's, as a coach, when you're recruiting over the summer, you definitely look at character and be one of the key assets that you have to have. And a lot of times you'll see players bounce from one team to another, and sometimes it's a lack of character. They've had some off-ice issues, and it's not the case with Brad. He's an exceptional young kid who works extremely hard, and that was one of the keys that, character was one of the keys why we brought him to Reading. And for us, we feel he's going to be more of a defensive-style defenseman for us. He'll play physical, make a good first pass, and grow as he plays more games with us.
Not saying this will happen with Brad Walch, but from time to time you'll see guys come out of the Ontario League or college and they're defensemen and they're not producing and they think, gosh, the coach isn't going to think much of me, so they try to do more than they're really needed for them to do. It does look like Brad's more of a stay-at-home guy, and convincing them that that's enough, I suppose, is part of the coach's role.
Well, yeah, definitely. Through the season, you always got to have roles for different players, and players have to accept that role for the better of the team. So I think Brad's a young kid that's going to, accept the role that he's going to be given. He can do a little bit of everything. So initially, we'll evaluate his talent and see where he's best suited, and then give him the opportunity to be successful at what he does best. So I think Brad will do a great job because of his character.
And giving him time will probably be a factor as well. This is a very young kid. He's just 21 years of age, won't be 22 until January. And you and I have talked in the past about guys coming out of the OHL as opposed to coming out of college. And the college player usually a little bit older and, if you want to say, more mature sometimes, I suppose. But young guys coming out of the OHL are going to need some time perhaps to get their wheels under them.
Yeah, I think it depends on the individual. At times, you'll see kids from the junior ranks come up and be very successful early, and sometimes they need a little bit of time to adjust to the league and the older players in the league, and it takes time to adjust. And we expect Brad to come in and maybe take some time to adjust, but be an impact guy for us.
He does look like he's got some size as well, important on the back end. 6'1", 211 are the numbers on Brad Walch, and it never hurts to have a little bit of heft on the back end.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was one of the things that we missed last year, was a little bit bigger, a little bit more physical, and we look for Brad to be that kind of guy for us and hopefully play a lot of minutes for us.
All right, Coach Courville, want to thank you once again for stopping by with us, announcing the signing today of the defenseman Brad Walch out of Saginaw, Michigan, 6'1", 211, just a 21-year-old defenseman. Thanks again, Coach.
Thank you.